Today we're making these brown sugar Pop-Tart bars that are completely egg-free, dairy-free, and nut-free. If you grew up loving brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts, these have the same warm flavor but in a soft homemade dessert bar version that tastes even better. I create recipes like this for my daughter who has allergies to dairy, eggs, and nuts. We're going to start by making the dough. In a large bowl, cream together the softened dairy-free butter, brown sugar, and sugar until the mixture looks light and fluffy. This step helps create that soft, tender texture in the finished bars, so don't rush it. Next, add in the vanilla extract. Now for the dry ingredients: flour, cornstarch, baking powder, and salt. The cornstarch helps keep these bars soft and almost melt in your mouth, while the baking powder gives just enough lift without making them cakey. Mix everything together until the dough looks crumbly. At this point, we're going to add in some dairy-free milk. I used oat milk, 1 tablespoon at a time. You want the dough to just come together when pressed in your hands. It should feel similar to a soft sugar cookie dough. Once the dough is mixed, we're going to set that aside and make the cinnamon filling. In a small bowl, we're going to combine some brown sugar, cinnamon, flour, and a small pinch of salt, stir that together, and then pour in some melted dairy-free butter. The flour in this mixture helps keep the filling from completely melting into the dough while it's baking, so you still get that cinnamon layer throughout the bar. We're just going to mix this together and it's going to form a thick paste which we are going to spread between 2 layers of the dough. I've lined the pan, it's an 8x8 pan, with some parchment paper so it's easy to pull the bars out once they have baked. I'm just spreading about 2/3 of the dough using a spatula. You can use your hands, the back of a measuring spoon, and you want to press that into the bottom in an even layer before we spread the filling over the top of this. I find it easier to add the filling in small spoonfuls first, so the dough underneath doesn't get pulled up when I go to spread it. Next, I'm going to take the remaining dough and crumble it over the top. You don't want to fully cover the filling. Let some of that cinnamon layer peek through. It gives these bars a really beautiful bakery-style look once they're baked. These are going to bake at 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes or until the top is lightly golden and the center is set. Once the bars are baked and completely cooled, we're going to make a simple vanilla glaze. Whisk together some powdered sugar, dairy-free milk, and vanilla until it is smooth and pourable. Once this is mixed, we're just going to drizzle it over the cooled bars, then let it sit for a few minutes to set, then slice and enjoy. And that's it for these brown sugar Pop-Tart bars. They're soft, cinnamon-filled, and made completely without eggs, dairy, or nuts, while still tasting like a treat everyone would genuinely want to eat. I share recipes like this for families navigating food allergies, for anyone looking for more inclusive desserts, and for people who simply enjoy plant-based baking. If that sounds like your kind of kitchen, I'd love to have you here. Make sure to subscribe for more egg-free, dairy-free, and nut-free recipes every week. And if you know someone dealing with food allergies, feel free to share this recipe with them too. I know how meaningful it can be to find recipes that feel safe, approachable, and still really delicious. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next recipe.